Let's be honest here. Life is about relationships. Everything we do as people revolves around each other. But whether you are a husband, single dad, or a couple facing new challenges, life is not easy. Did you know that having a successful and uncomplicated relationship is not a matter of luck? It requires the ability to be open, honest, and vulnerable. But where do you learn how to do that? It's time you tune into You've Got Mail, Messages from Him, a unique radio show geared toward the Black male perspective of family, relationships, and community. I'm your host, TaShon, a certified relationship coach who brings a relaxed and unbiased perspective to issues such as communication, trust, breakups, divorce, and more. I know how to listen and understand. So tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to You've Got Mail, Messages from Him, and prepare to be educated, entertained, and enlightened.
WSTN DB-HD1, Atlanta, Charlotte, a Situations Media station. Time for some conversations about Black men, for Black men, with Black men. Messages from Him with TaShon and Friends on 102.6 The Situation.
Saturday mornings I'm tuned in. Listen man, to TaShon, she be going in, y'all. Black queen for us black kings. We can learn a thing or two when we're locked in. One of the few places we can be heard. Facts, man, I rocks with her, that's my word. The show isn't like this. I always come with an open mind. I'm never frightened, y'all. I guarantee to walk away with minerals. Now that I'm thinking everything else is minuscule. We're the fools who don't protect black women. No honor and disrespect. And that's it, y'all. Please come in peace when you call in, cause the friends ain't no slouch fair going in. You got mail messages from him. Y'all better listen if you want to win. You want to win the life, y'all. You want to win the life. Tune in to TaShon and Friends. You got mail messages from him, Yeah, you've got mail messages from him, 10 a.m. to noon, Saturdays. Tune in. Yeah. You've got mail messages from him.
What's up?
Turn my mic up here. What's up?
Thank you for joining and tuning in to the mail room. With your girl TaShon and Friends.
Let's go.
I got the green machine on the ones and twos. Coming in.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny Prince, what's going on? We got everybody out doing their thing, but we are live here in the studio.
Yeah.
The mail room, live, y'all, live from Morris Brown College, the one and only Morris Brown College.
Let me ask you something. Did you enjoy your day off? Your free day off, courtesy of the Atlanta Braves?
And congratulations to the Braves, and thank you, Braves. Thank you so much for congratulations.
Yeah, 3-day weekend. 3-day weekend, and it was a sports holiday.
Yes, it was an official sports holiday. We don't have to make up that day.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
We didn't have to remote. We didn't have to clock in. It is a paid holiday.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I know probably the parents were not. Some of the parents were not favorable for it, but hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they were, because they wanted to be there. They wanted to be there.
A lot of parents did not.
Oh, really?
No, because that means they had to. A lot of people still had to work. So
Oh yeah. You got a point.
It's okay. We needed a break.
It's It's
this long stretch.
Educators need a break for real.
Yeah, we tired.
Yeah, we tired.
So it was very enjoyable. Got to sleep in. Literally got to sleep in.
Ooh, how long did you sleep?
I did. I slept probably half the morning. And then
after morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you got about 10, 11.
Yeah.
On a weekday. Wait.
On a weekday.
Was I supposed to? Wait.
I moved my appointments up. I was like, hey, I'm off, so can I come in a little bit earlier? So that way I can come back home.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable, just sitting there, being able to eat breakfast and just chill out. Actually, this week was kind of, we had a PD on Tuesday for Election Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The kids were out. We were still in, so we had to work, but we had staff development.
Yeah.
So but we were able to do it from home. So that was a relax. So actually the week has been now
pretty chill.
Yeah, pretty chill.
Yeah.
Because we're gearing up for Thanksgiving and we're already off the chain. So we needed this week.
All of y'all needed this week.
Yeah, we needed this week. It was, man. But Braves, did you attend the parade?
No, I didn't attend no parade because your guy had to work too. So, but it's okay. Yeah. But I watched a lot of it on TV, and every player who wins a championship, who goes on that stage, will always have what I like to call the Chase Utley moment, where they cuss on TV. And I think they know they're on TV, but they cuss.
Well, what happened? What you mean? They go, Tank!
Hey, Tank. Hey, and so what do they do? Okay, so Chase Utley in the 2008 World Series, the 2008 World Championship team. So when it came to the speeches, they have the players that made an impact, the MVPs and all of that. They go up and make a short speech, just something quick, maybe under a minute, what have you. But when you cuss and all of the local television outlets are on it. Yeah, and you know the news outlets have to apologize for that. They got to pay for that. So Jock Peterson, right? Jock Peterson went up there and showed out. He was already lit up, so you already knew it was coming. He tried to hold off. So Mr. Jock Peterson, is it too loud? It's too loud. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So Mr. Jock Peterson decided. He said ATL, and then he said, "We them MFers." Every local news outlet just went. All their control rooms just went, oh my God, should we put this on tape delay? Or, oh my goodness. Chase Utley, 2008, said world champions, world effing champions, and it was on every news outlet that you can.
They don't have the bleep button.
Yeah, well, when it's live, you don't know what they're going to do or what they're going to say. When it's truly live, it wasn't on any kind of tape delay. So now you got news outlets, the local news outlets scrambling because they just had a couple of F-bombs hit the airwaves with kids watching. Yeah, they got to pay for all of that. They got to pay for that. Yeah. So yeah, they wanted to avoid paying for that. But every championship, there's always that one that has the super emotion, that's in a super celebratory mood, and on top of that, lit up. And when I mean lit up, drunk out their mind from the parade.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're going to be bound to say something.
Right.
Like Jason Kelsey in the Eagles parade. Yeah, you knew he was going to cuss because he had an emotional speech. And that's the thing. So, look, but either way, still a celebratory mood. Did I see an Outkast reunion yesterday at Truist Park?
Probably so. Did Andre perform?
I don't know. You can only see the concert from the air, but anybody who was there, if you could provide some insight. I know Ghost was there yesterday. He was really right in the thick of it. Shout out to my brother. He met the Freeze yesterday, and he was really ingrained in Braves fever yesterday. Okay. There's some world championship energy going on right now. So if y'all didn't celebrate, take the time out to celebrate, but make sure you fall back tonight.
Yeah,
because them clocks
are you a Braves fan?
I'm trying. I'm not an H. I'm trying.
I'm not into baseball, but it's slow for me. But I'm
really.
Yeah, I know.
I feel the same way.
My grandmother was a diehard baseball fan, so I celebrated for her.
My mom's a baseball fan.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm proud of it.
I'm happy because it's a hometown team.
Yeah,
hometown players.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's a. We just gotta get everybody else on board.
But the memes were funny. Somebody, I think I posted it or reposted it, said the Falcons would be babysitting the kids while y'all celebrating.
Whoa! I did not say that.
Pick up at 10:30.
I said, oh, y'all patty, y'all wrong.
They might as well. They staying at Mercedes-Benz for the night. They staying at Mercedes-Benz for the night. That's what's happening.
Oh, y'all so petty.
Did y'all win a championship? No, but I stayed at Mercedes-Benz. Did they win a championship? No, but I do stay at the Mercedes-Benz.
I am glad that they won, brought us something from 26 years ago.
Atlanta United.
Yeah, Atlanta United. So
Atlanta United looks like they won.
The Hawks are even doing better.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think the Hawks are. Let's be honest. The Hawks are next.
Yeah.
The Hawks are next because
y'all know why the Falcons ain't winning yet.
Oh, here we go. Until you do right, go on and say it. Until you do right, bye.
But hold on. Let's be honest.
I ain't saying nothing.
The reason they didn't win because of poor coaching. You had a 25-point lead in the third quarter. Run the ball. Everybody get a turn. You get a tote. You get a tote. You get a tote.
Yep.
By the end of the game,
even the kicker gets to run the ball. Even the kicker gets to run the ball.
He getting two.
I did my nails for the braids, y'all.
Hey, okay, I see you. Look at that.
Look at that.
Other than that,
it's all super no West Coast blocking.
I know. I got my Raiders. I have my Atlanta Braves shirt on, but it's chilly. So I was like, well, let me, because I don't like wearing long sleeve, but it's a little cool out here today.
It's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly.
I should put on my sandals and my short sleeves.
It's a little add.
Back up to the 70s, but next week. But however,
I wear my sandals to the
man, y'all better snuggle up.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all better snuggle up.
I wear my sandals to the end. Like I do. I wear my sandals. Everybody I can't stand. I don't really like closed toe shoes. And I like my sandals.
Oh yeah.
I got me tired of
They got you feel like you in clothes and something.
I mean, they're but I would wear me some sandals to the end.
You ain't happy till your little toe done ran across the yard.
And then, like, at school, we haven't been able to wear sandals. So I've been in closed toes.
Pickup time.
Right. So I'm like, oh, it's cold.
Imprisoned in these shoes for safety.
So when I get home, shoes off.
Safety reasons.
Shoes off. So I'm like, oh, but it's a little chilly.
It's a little
chilly. Yeah, this is snuggle up. Hot chocolate. I got my hot chocolate.
I dare you turn that heat on.
Oh, it's already on.
I dare you turn it on.
My heat's on though.
I would turn the heat on.
Yeah.
That heat is on. Going to the bill.
No heat?
But
I just got mine. It ain't cool. I just got mine.
Well, with the heat bill, like we turned on the heater for the first time and didn't know that.
Get that lint smell out there.
And then the fire alarm went off, right? The smoke detector.
Oh, wow.
And so I panicked. I'm like, what's. So I'm like around the apartment,
just
like.
Open the door.
And so I called maintenance and I put in. I'm like, why is the? They were like, yeah, because it hadn't been on. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it hadn't been on, so it's burning off all the stuff.
Just open the door.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? But that heat been on. It's still on. I have to have heat. So
yeah, me moving in. I moved in when it was still 80 degrees. So yeah, maintenance didn't think to. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this on air. Maintenance didn't think that there was going to be a winter season. So therefore, I'm sitting here with cold air blowing on heat setting. Yeah, that's not cool right now. Yeah, so they went and fixed it yesterday. So I walked in the door to heat. Can you believe it? I walked into heat. Hey, Sonya, how you doing? Good morning. I walked into heat.
Wow.
For the first time last night. I've been there a month. But yeah, this new place thing is really. I feel so much at peace right now. Like you can't.
It's time for an old school black get together.
It is time.
Yeah.
It is time. Yeah, it's definitely time. It's definitely overdue. And but I'm enjoying where I'm at right now.
Well,
It's quiet. There haven't been too many incidents. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of us over there. And when we clash, we clash. I walked past
So
a
what is
couple
that
things.
supposed to mean when you say a lot of us? What are you indicating?
What do you mean by
What do you mean by
a lot of us? What do you mean by
You know,
Are we tapping teacups now?
You know,
Well, I hope to.
please expound
Please
for
expound.
my listeners. who
Okay,
are,
please
you know,
expound. So,
Yes.
so,
What do
so,
you mean?
so it is a predominantly,
Clean it up. Clean
it
it
is
up.
a predominantly black neighborhood,
Yes.
and of sorts,
Blame
there comes sometimes some arguments.
Warning, in the black
Disagreements.
neighborhood, you may be invited or you may see altercation.
Yes, you may see altercations, and I've seen a couple of altercations, people's stuff being thrown out at the bottom of the steps. Yes, we have seen this type of thing, but overall, it has been very quiet of sorts, and I am proud of my people.
I don't know what kind of neighborhood you live in.
No, it's all good. I'm just messing. I'm messing.
Because, you know, the others over in my neighborhood, them jokers be, they got altercations. Them folks have.
Had it be, damn it, the whole truck's gone. What do you mean?
You said Harry?
What's going on? Sonya say, just say it's a melanated community.
Really?
But you know what though?
Thanks, Sonya, for your words.
We all had them altercations. It just looked different.
It really does. Because when I saw,
Altercations are very
I
different.
saw, what was it, last year, right during COVID. So, you know, there was a police standoff, but it was it was with a man or the other, right? So me and
Now, let's be real. When they call the police, it done got real in there.
and then we were like, we try to be nosy because it was like, and so me and Chef on the back porch, and we literally sat back, triggered. I thought we were like, we're gonna see how this play. The guy was fussing with him. He was like, I'm not coming down. This is my place. Like literally for all 2.5 hours. And we were like, oh wow.
Now you know they when they asked us.
And so we were banging on the door. Now, one thing I can say so far, Cobb County, well, you know, they don't, like, even when if they come to our area, they don't put on the police lights or whatever. So they roll up in there real quiet, real quiet and smooth. And so they had him out there, and the guy he was like, I'm not going anywhere, you fascist pigs, and this, that, and that. So we just sitting up there.
Start throwing labels.
Yeah, but you know what? The man didn't come down for 2.5 hours. He did not come down. He sat on the porch and he was like, what you gonna do? Like, he was running off at the mouth. We were just like,
Because it's like we can just bump out and see. Let's be honest. How long would we call it, quote unquote? Now, let's call it what we call it in the African American community, bumping our gums. How long would that have taken? How long would that would have gone on?
Not with us. Not with us at all.
Even though we would have used words like fascist and
Right. We would have used
authoritative and
we would have went to a whole encyclopedia.
How long would it take place?
Sonya said the online station is dragging.
Okay, got it.
Thank you, ma'am. So yeah, I've seen now the arguments from different, like you said, we all had altercations, and they do look a little bit different. And I've seen I don't know if they boyfriend, girlfriend, or the other, they were fussing. I was like, oh, y'all do it? Oh, okay, yeah. Come on, let me see how this gonna play out. What'd he do, girl? I was like, what'd he do, girl?
First of all, we get involved. We actually get attached to the situation and we get involved. We actually start asking questions, trying to find out. We try to do therapy.
Right.
We try to. I don't know why you sitting up there too. Last week he was just. We start bringing up other incidences when we didn't talk to him. He was good last week.
I was like, I wanted to be I'm nosy too. I'm one of them nosy niggas. I'm like, what they do? Like, I don't know. what did the little white boy do?
When you come out in your robe and start looking, you're like, oh.
Sweeping the front porch, ain't nothing on.
I live be busy now. I'm nosy.
Me too. I don't even front. I'm standing out there. I want to see what's going on.
I'm sure if the police was over here, you'd be like, oh,
you know
what? Because
I don't know what's outside when that man was. I was like, he said, "Hey," he said, "Get back in the house." I was like, "Man, please, I'm out here watching the show."
And you know what? It's interesting. And by the way, Sonya, let us know if it's back good again. It should be back good by now on the station, so we should be straightened out there. You said as you were looking out and sitting back and relaxing and finding out what's going on, that's a good segue. So I'm gonna, since Caprice Classic is not here, I'm going to what's going on? What's going on? Hey, you know what? Hey, look. So there's a lot going on here, right here at Morris Brown College, right?
Right.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And when I say a whole bunch of stuff, I mean a whole bunch of stuff. I wish I would have seen T.I. come up in here yesterday. He was in here yesterday, and I missed him.
Right.
Darn. But next week, there's going to be some movie shooting going on in here. And what that's going to be, it's actually centered around, you guessed it, radio. So Sanaa Lathan is making her directorial debut with a fresh new film called On the Come Up. Okay. So now, why does that tie into this place? Well, there has been some set building going on over at the Ronald Floyd Thomas Center for Esports, and they are actually converting it into a set, a radio set. Okay. And the interesting thing about that is they're going to be in here for the next week doing a lot of filming. So the thing is that basically she's going to direct the upcoming film adaptation of the novel On the Come Up. It's a New York Times bestseller written by Angie Thomas, who's also the author of another great movie that came out a couple of years ago called The Hate You Give, which was, as you know, it was a really good film. So basically, it centers around this. 16-year-old Bree wants to be one of the greatest rappers of all time, or at least win her first battle. As the daughter of an underground hip-hop legend who died right before he hit big, Bree's got massive shoes to fill. But it's hard to get your come up when you're labeled a hoodlum at school and your fridge at home is empty after your mom loses her job. So Bree pours her anger and frustration into her first song, which goes viral, unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons. So that's basically the synopsis of that particular story and how that's going to play out. Hopefully that'll be coming out in late 2022, maybe going into 2023. But yeah. This is what's going down here. And, so if you see a lot of activity over here when you come throughout the week, that's going to be what it is. So, yeah, we've been watching this building process.
Everybody's shooting the movie.
Everybody.
Yeah, because, they got their shine in acting already. They've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Now they want to get behind the camera.
Everybody did. Like
Denzel.
Who would play you?
Taraji P. Henson.
Hey.
I already got it planned out.
Hey.
Already contacted her?
Jill Scott or Taraji P. Henson.
Hey.
I could see
Taraji.
Hey.
I can see
just let it go, Tank. Let her go with Taraji.
That's a good title.
Just let it go with Taraji.
That's a good title.
Yeah, Jill, or I always say Jill or Taraji P. Henson. I can't even think of anybody else who would play me. Like, she
didn't contract it.
Yeah,
who will play you, man?
I knew you was going to ask me that.
Yes, it was this.
If Babyface had acting skills, he would. If Babyface had acting skills, he would. Because everybody telling me I look like that dude. Like, I don't know why, but
Babyface.
Okay. Babyface, if he had acting skills.
You talking about the producer, Babyface?
Producer, singer, yeah, he had acting skills. See what I mean? She really did go there. Yeah, she got me on that one.
First of all, when somebody got to question the name on the icon, Babyface, to make sure you talking about that one, they're like, "You sure you got that right?"
Yeah, exactly. So many people have said that to me over the years. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know who would play me. To be honest with you,
I would say Raphael Alfonso Ribeiro. For some reason,
gosh.
that's
I've been relegated.
Y'all say that's a shame. I didn't mean to do it.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
But you gotta think about it though. A lot of the beard. You got
the beard, and you favor him. You know, you favor him.
Did it? Maybe I should have just went as Carlton as Halloween. Did it? Anyway.
Who will play you, Tank?
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Who will play Tank, y'all?
I would have said Michael Williams.
Michael Williams.
But
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
I had to get.
Yeah.
It got to be somebody iconic now. Somebody that has some chops.
Right.
Well, y'all, who would play Tank?
Yeah, y'all put it in the comments. Who would play Tank? You know what I'm saying?
James L. Jones is too old. But when you finish him in that casket,
Right. Did y'all watch the movie yet? The Harder They Fall on Netflix yet?
No, I have not.
It's pretty cool. I gotta go back and rewatch it. I
fell asleep.
I was like multitasking, so you know how you catch different parts. You know, I love Regina King. Shout out to her.
We all love Regina King.
She executive produced that one too.
Virginia King aged backwards. She still looks 27.
That's my LA girl. Yes.
Yeah. Virginia King still looks 27.
I love her.
Underrated.
Very underrated.
The movie had a lot of familiar faces in there too, so it was really good. Like so I got to go back and like actually pay attention to it. You know.
I mean, I think she's underrated.
Yeah, she is.
The way she put that baby all down that flow.
I'm gonna leave it right there. She meant business though. She definitely meant business.
But she plays multiple roles. You can see her as the emotional
and she plays it to the T though, like so accurately and so eloquently. Just flow with it. It's almost like she didn't do the research. She just stepped into the role because she know by some kind of experience. Yeah, she just stepped right into the role and just do it.
A few movies like we don't have.
I mean, I've been watching her since Enemy of the State.
Yeah.
Yo, Robert, right now. I left the room.
I've been with her.
She made me feel ashamed in that moment right there. I was like, dang, I messed up. My name is Robert, and I messed up. Dang, she done told me something.
What's going on with Will and Jada?
Oh boy,
you know what?
That might be a total different conversation.
I'm gonna say this. The energy you create in your relationship is the energy you have to deal with.
Yeah.
You created that energy.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch that Will documentary.
Now you have to deal with it. And so it's just certain things, and you know for yourself.
Yeah.
When you're a couple with somebody, it's just certain things you can't open the door on, because once you open it, you can't close it.
Right. And them doors been opening up the last 2 years.
Wide open. Wide open.
Can I please put a feedback?
I know a lot of her stuff has been misconstrued when she was trying to explain, I guess, the original situation or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I go back to explaining the original relationship.
Yeah.
Again, if there's a third person, are we really faithful?
Entangled.
It's an entanglement. I mean, like for real. Like I mean, come on.
Will they be making them memes.
But hold on. I like how Will sit there with the innocent look like. But hey, I got my dirt too, but my dirt's so entangled with other people, I can't.
But too, I think it's also the older you get as a woman, you go through, because Jada she should be going on 49 or 50, and or is she 50? And then your life starts changing. You change, and so these things that she's probably been keeping, bottled up or whatnot. Like she's just. I like Jada and Will. Like you said, I think when those doors open, you can't close them, and you just have to run with it. I mean, now it's just like y'all both need to sit down and just be like,
right. I mean, y'all we have done too much. Yeah,
right.
Sit down and be like,
robust dialogue. It's real robust dialogue. Yeah.
Like,
Dialogue beyond measure.
But this is the thing, though. If we both have dirt on each other and we both guilty, like at some point, should we sit on the couch and be like, all right, bro?
Right.
Yeah, right. All right, are we going to chill or we not? What are we going to do?
Call it a truce.
Right, call it a truce.
Hold on, but let's be honest. Our counterparts don't separate.
Yeah.
Our counterparts don't leave their husbands.
Yeah, they don't.
They got to kill them.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna be honest with you because it's only because I know people who are experts in Snap.
Yeah.
And for my man and stuff like that. And they have episodes in which they have chronicled these situations as evidence and proof. Showing that they'll kill you.
Yeah, they're down the ride.
It's been 15 years and I know that policy is worth $1.5 million.
See.
Ooh, you know what? Interesting.
Come on. I mean, they don't separate. They don't leave it. They don't leave their spouse. I mean, they go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was 15 years ago. But I mean, they don't separate. They go. I mean, it is what it is. But remember, we're encouraged to break up the Black family.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Have you noticed like some of the material, it's been, that was been encouraged long ago about separating Black families, but our counterparts don't do that. They stick together. We're gonna find a way.
Right. So,
but listen,
I hope they get it together. I mean, I like Jada and Will.
Like Black,
right.
I guess we shouldn't look to it like that.
Yeah.
We should look at ourselves as those couples that we look to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody got their little.
They got the issue, but it's funny though because when you think about like Denzel and his wife and
they tried to go after that man too.
L. Jackson, his wife, like they keep their stuff together.
But they keep their mouth closed. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They keep their relationship private.
And then I remember it is. It's an art to it. And I remember Denzel talking one time. He was like, they go home after those parties and all of that kind of stuff. Like they do things, it's like you work it out at home or, or whatever. But when you
behind the scenes,
you live that open lifestyle or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Shoot.
Yeah. I mean, it's wide open.
We find out people doing all kind of stuff these
days. Yeah.
I mean, like for real. It all started with an NDA.
Speaking of that,
yeah,
but let's be real. I was always told you'll be amazed what would happen when a woman knows you can keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
Right. And it's interesting because you started off finding out things. Keep in mind that Will memoir is coming out. And a lot of things came out of there that he hasn't told yet.
And it's a prelude to his book and all of that.
You think he's going to really tell all of it? Nope.
No, but
but it's going to be a good majority.
With like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce came out with that album. Prelude, it's like this is good, publicity. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened before y'all all make these speculations.
But okay, I apologize out there, ladies, for saying it like that. But there's levels to dysfunction. Like him cheating with Becky. I mean, okay, there's level. Some of the other stuff that they're coming out with. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Tied 4 people to a mountain. And come on, it's some crazy.
I was like, wait a minute, I missed that one.
Crazy stuff people doing out there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're going way out.
You know what? It brings you back to, again, we put these people on pedestals.
Money.
Right. And then it's like we forget that they're human and they had this lifestyle. And then, like you said, when they add the money to it.
But think about it. If they didn't have this money, would they be able to do
I think so.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I doubt.
How would you be able to sign 29 women to NDAs and do all this crazy figure? I mean, Rick James didn't even have it like that. Marv Albert was an expert.
Was it Candy? I think she has her folks sign them NDAs because she come out with all of her.
But I'll be honest with you, Candy's style and like that make you keep your mouth shut. You be like, okay.
That's your enemy. You're definitely keeping your mouth shut on that.
That dungeon ain't just a dungeon.
You be sitting in the corner like this here.
That dungeon ain't just a dungeon.
I know it.
Like everything.
He went on that stuff with T.I. and Tiny. It's like, And
that's real though.
Right.
When you have the money,
yeah,
I get you to sign a piece of paper and then we do whatever.
Yeah. But I tell somebody, I'm like, if you're going to do that lifestyle, if you're going to live that lifestyle or whatever, you better get folks to sign something because if not, and you got to be ready for it. Like,
so it's the fact that now it's that level.
Right,
now.
it's that level. Because, you know, we're going to go to TMZ and quickness and tell on you. If you ain't, but you was there too. If you ain't doing what I asked you to do,
you held the camera up.
I'm be checking my bank account every Friday.
If you ain't doing
for the deposit. If my deposit is late, I'm going to Tim's. I'm going to TMZ.
You know we gonna tell, especially a woman. We gonna tell.
And with that,
you was there too.
Hey, I don't care. I got my stuff covered. Y'all didn't pay me my money.
My bank account look a little red.
I'm your social security.
I got social with you, and now I got monetary security. There's social security.
15. I didn't say the 15, but I didn't say the 6. Hey, have my money in my account.
Hey, my bank account looking a little red.
I'm gonna use the old.
Do I need to send this video?
I got kids.
Give me my money.
I told you when you met, I ain't got nothing. Ain't nothing. I told you when you met.
I tell people, if you come to my house, if I invite you out, you're a coworker. What goes on, stays on.
And see, and that's the thing that that's the thing that a lot of people want, that say, like, even with the party that I had this last week.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
No cameras. I want it to be safe.
Right.
And that's something that we don't do anymore.
Right.
We don't create safe spaces.
That's why everybody looking around.
I check in. I tell people all the time, stop checking in. I check in, like, if I decide, like, if I'm gonna give a restaurant a shout out or whatever, I check in when I get home. So
I'm not putting location on it. The only thing I put location on is with maybe a restaurant that has really great food and I want to highlight it, or our radio station. That's it.
I put it on after I get home. I don't put location on.
That's right.
When I get
home.
So because people be like, "Oh, you red? No,
you ain't pulling up on me, red."
Certain stuff is not for public display.
Right.
Exactly.
And if you come to my house, no filming.
Not just that. If I invite you over, do you want to be filmed?
Right. Exactly.
Because let's say we just here kicking it. You know.
Right.
First of all, if we sitting here kicking it, we're gonna be sitting in here drinking.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit up here and have you on camera while we sitting up here. You know, I mean, no, I'm not doing it.
Even at a point,
we're here doing karaoke, whatever. And it's hey, no camera, safe space, so people get.
That's interesting because this is an interesting topic, and I'm gonna go into sponsor shout outs in just a moment. But question popped into my mind. So when we be going on live and stuff, which I know a lot of stuff on social media is called public domain, right?
Right.
But when people be, everybody in here, I didn't want to be on camera. So now what do? Do you non-disclosure everybody when you walk? Do you walk in the door with non-disclosure?
First of all, when you have that,
don't put me on camera.
When you have that kind of money, they do.
No, that's cool. But it's like, you know, for us regular folk, that don't want to be on camera?
You can do that. I have had people to say, "Hey, I don't want to be on social media."
Correct.
Like, that's cool.
Some people send out little small agreements.
Yeah.
With the electronic invites.
Yeah.
That actually tell you there's no social media.
Yeah.
There's no, like, I mean, let's be real. How many times you have a chance to actually kick it and just fall back and just enjoy yourself, not care at the fact that you mumbling the words and nobody go, well, hey, I have Tank on camera drunk.
Right,
I mean, people want those safe spaces again.
Yeah.
Everything is not for public consumption.
I've been invited to places where it's please no social media, you know. And then at first I used to take it offensive because I thought they were like singling me out because they think I'm on social media. I'm like, if you know me, I am still very private. Right. Like, you just see me, but half the stuff. So like, but then I saw like the responses. It was to everybody or something like that. Because people be like, don't put on social media. I'm like, I don't put nothing on social media.
We do this at a lot of exclusive artists.
I don't.
Not just that. Even I'm gonna say private, but like, you have certain people that live in certain neighborhoods and they don't want to kick it with their neighbors.
Right.
Yeah.
But in order to do so, I need you to hit this disclosure. Why?
Right.
Because I don't need you pulling up the camera when you come to my house.
Right,
Exactly.
Like,
and I'm
Right from the door, your camera's already on. Like you already
no
live.
social media, please. Let me be the first to post whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then let
Right.
me tell you when to
it's
post.
my event.
Right. But if you
Right.
come to my house and you pulling out,
You already
camera,
live at the door.
right? And I'm like, no, dude, wait till after, or just don't film my house. Like, or if we're at an event,
All right, when you pull up, don't even go
after,
live.
you know. But even then, don't, because you don't know the other people and all that.
And,
Like,
you know, and people do take pictures of your house.
right? They do.
Yeah,
They-
people actually go as far to find the
Let me
address.
tell y'all, so I keep trying to tell
Picture.
y'all, even on Instagram and all those places, when you filming your home,
Yeah,
other
absolutely.
people, you may have your location off, but there are a lot of good hackers out there who can get your location.
Straight
Plain and
up.
simple, you know. So I tell people, don't film my home. I don't
Especially
care.
even if it's an accomplishment where, you know, this is your first home and you get excited and you take that picture in front of the home, keep in mind that realtor has MLS. Hackers can go back and look at that address that used to be pending, now sold.
Yeah.
It'll still stay on MLS. People can hack the multiple listing service and get your address. That's how people's houses get broken into. These home invasions start happening because either people watching you in the neighborhood or they're hacking.
Or even just on Instagram. Like some people
Instagram,
actually,
you tag your location.
some
the
people
neighborhood.
actually show a film. I mean, I'm going out of town.
Yeah, I've
Everybody that you're going out of town.
everybody that was in Puerto Rico, everybody was in Puerto Rico at the same time this past summer, and it was real time. Like, post your stuff when you get back.
Yeah, exactly.
Take your pictures, take your
2 weeks later
video,
or something like that, you know.
but don't. I'm at the airport. Okay, you just told the world, and
That you ain't home.
right,
exactly.
like in real time. Like, wait until, and I get it. You're excited.
Don't go live for every day.
But literally, like, wait till after, because again, your timeline, you may be thinking your timeline is safe with your friends, but your friends got friends who got friends that are watching your stuff. That's why my
Talk about it.
is private, so you will not see my friend list or whatever, because you know people do get to you and they go down your friend list and
She broke it down like you're trying to watch it of the watcher.
It's like, you
No, but
know,
that's right.
everybody's and I get it. I get excited too, but I have learned my lesson.
Share just overall too much.
We share too much, especially like the time, because people do watch, like literally they watch.
Last time I did that was did anything like that was when I went to Miami in last January in 2020. That's the last time I did that. So moving forward, because I noticed I was starting to get these messages, and I'm like, I don't know you. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get random messages on Instagram on my personal page, which is why I don't really do too much of my personal page. But if you still want to follow it, it's Green Machine 1026 on Instagram. But anyway, you won't find me posting too much there because of that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, do not, when you're going on vacation, don't say, hey, don't just wait. You can save the stuff, y'all. You can save it on
your 2-week lag with your content.
But you can save it on your phone. You can save it with Facebook, and then you can post, and it'll still be live or whatever.
Post it 2 weeks later.
Is when we went on to the cabins, people were like, I didn't know you were gone. Yep, I was gone. People thought I was gone that weekend.
And then the question in your head is, why did I have to tell you I was going to the cabins? You know what I'm saying? It was for me. It was for me and, you know, the wife, the husband. You know what I'm saying?
Stop posting while y'all are away on vacation, especially when the holidays are coming. People are watching, and
the streets are watching, just like Jay-Z and them said. Streets is watching.
So chill out, y'all.
And but we're not chilling out with sponsor shout outs. I know we're past time, and
we good.
Let's go with the sponsor shout outs for right now. We got a few more coming up in a little bit. We're talking about the Chef Green. No, not me. I'm talking about her chef, Chef Green of Jolly Foods, Private Chef Services. And you want to make sure you follow on Instagram too at Call the DA Chef. Call the Chef. Make sure you follow on the gram. And if you want to, get the private chef services or just chef services in general, 216-301-0513. Once again, 216-301-0513. Jolly Foods is what's going down, and I need some more smoothies. Chef, appreciate ya. Anyway, moving forward, our sister. Indeed, the Plush Lab. Janice, shout out to her. I see a lot more videos coming through, even though, yes, that means I'm still on your crazy page, is what you text me. But don't call her phone. And I'm going to say that again later. Visit the Plush Lab for full body waxing service, facials, and more. Visit theplushlab.com. That is www.theplushlab.com. Text, don't call. Say it again. Text, don't call. 678-383-7572. Once again, 678-383-7572. Text only. There's always going to be that one, but text only. Okay, don't call her phone. She ain't going to answer. All right. But that's the sponsor shout outs for this run. We'll have some coming up in a little bit. And are we just rolling, huh? Because we had a guest this morning.
No,
I was trying to be discreet.
The conversation was just flowing.
It was flowing. I looked over. He was rolling. And y'all, I'm still getting used to these signals or whatever. So y'all know me. I'm like, huh? What are you doing?
Because I'm trying to be silent. I'm trying not to have frivolous conversation.
He holds a white piece of paper like he in church. Speak, pastor.
The guest is coming on, but it's technical difficulties with StreamYard. For some reason, the link is acting up, and so I had to resend a link. So hopefully she can make that link. If not, I will have to reschedule her because it is StreamYard. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, StreamYard been acting the fool lately, but we ain't gonna go there.
I'm telling y'all, I have my stuff together, y'all. I have my stuff together.
Yes, she does.
I have my stuff together.
And don't think otherwise either, because she will get you.
Like you said, not church. But we're gonna keep the conversation.
We're gonna keep the party, right?
So Tank,
yes.
you did something for your wife. Let me be the first to apologize.
No.
I know, because I had my outfit ready.
Mm-hmm.
I had my Adidas suit and my Adidas superstar shoes out. And
superstar shoes.
And I forgot to tell you that I can't see at night. Like, my vision is a little bit blurry now at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do things in the daytime and when the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So when you text at 7, I was like, okay, I'm on my way. How? Okay. I was like, I can't see nothing. Wait a minute. It's dark. It's dark. I just turned the car back around.
Why do you say it like you was on the Sixth Sense stuff?
Took off my Adidas and I just went on and got in the bed and I was like, okay, I can't see. So, how was it? Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Okay, this is a big time of the year for me because it's my wife's birthday and my daughter's right back to back. My daughter's on the 24th. She made 16, and my wife just got she just beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say no age.
Right.
She got a permit too, by the way, right?
She did.
Yeah, she got that permit. Yeah, she
was cool. She's like, Dad, you're gonna take me to get my. I'm like, you choosing me?
Yeah. Hey, you
choosing me?
Yeah,
so I was excited. So
you should be.
I was all dressed and I was knocking on her door. She's like, "What's up?" I said, "Hey, we about to roll out and get this driving permit." She was like, "What?" I said, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm on my phone looking at dealerships. So I was like, baby girl do need some wheels.
Right.
And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm excited because as a dad to actually be in this position.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the best feeling in the world. She's coming into herself. She's getting this new.
She's a good kid. Yeah.
And she's like, I want to drive. I'm like, okay. I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna send you to Publix. She gonna be mad.
Y'all gonna be running errands.
Everybody want to drive.
I want to go here.
Everybody
Until you get this done first.
Everybody want to drive till they got to run them errands.
Get the family stuff done first, and you can go. That's what it's going to be. Get the family stuff done. Get the stuff done for the house, and you can go.
Right.
That becomes the next chore. You got to drive to Publix and pick up the groceries, the whole grocery list, and then the grocery list drop to the floor. Yep.
But the thing is, I'm more excited than she is. And she's like, Dad, you've been, and I am, because it's like, you out of you chose me. It's like, she's like, hey, I'm and even like the situation where she's like, I want you to drop me off at work. I'm like, what's up? I said, no, just sit and talk. So I'm excited about it. We had fun. She got her permit. She passed the test the first time.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
So I mean, she actually in the deal we acted the first. She was like you really? And I am. I'm really excited that she's finding these new experiences, and she's I'm just making sure she enjoys.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm just as a dad, you just sit back and you just there watching them and just making sure they enjoy the ride.
What year is she in? This a junior year?
No, she's a sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay.
She's 16.
Oh Lord, so y'all getting ready for senior year.
Junior year's next year. And
I know, but I'm saying
I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about the senior. Yeah,
I told you I hang the first one out so everybody could see what happened. Everybody, I need everybody to know.
See,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
So let me ask this, because we're dads, right?
Yeah.
So just the simple fact of having our baby girl, you know what I mean? Just be able to want to do things with us. So, when I ask you, Tank, what is that feeling inside like for you? Because, and I know it, we know it, but there's a lot of dads that may be missing that particular time and missing those particular moments. So, how do you carry on those moments, and what is that initial feeling inside like every time that she asks to do something with just dad? Forget everybody else, just dad. It's just me and dad. How does that feel to you? You know what I'm saying?
It feels like that I've actually made some strides.
Right. Okay.
Because as a dad, when your kid starts coming into their personality, it kind of shocks you a little bit, because it's not going to be what you think.
Right.
I thought I was going to have, the female basketball player, blah, blah. No, my daughter loves to get dressed, girly girl, but conversationalist, loves to talk, loves to share. And the fact that she wants to share with me means that I'm doing something right. Because she's including me in. Right. And that's pretty much, as a parent, all you can do. Try not, as a dad, try not to be a butthole. I mean, and just being totally honest with you, especially when it comes to your daughter, because girls are different. You have to adjust when you're a girl dad. There's going to be some emotional times that if you're not an emotional person, buddy, you're going to have to change. Because for her, man, I'll sit down on the couch, baby girl, with you and cry.
So you know what? That's interesting that you say that, and I was writing down some topics that I definitely want to encounter, because there are some dads that I know right now that are going through the motion with their kids or adult kids, and it hurts me, and I try to tell people parents are still learning as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still learning, and but as a girl dad, as a dad. How did you develop your relationship with your daughter? Like, how?
My wife's help.
Okay.
My wife's. Now, the thing is, the bond started at birth when I stepped into that little blue light and caught her and cut that cord.
Okay.
That's where it started at.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. I prayed for my daughter first.
Did you?
Because I knew. Looking at,
so you didn't want to sign first. Most dads want to.
I already had Jermaine Jr.
Okay, you're right.
But I looked at how I went wrong. And it's like, you know what, dude, you got to be a little bit more emotional, more available. You can't just be the hard dad or walk. No, you can't do that. you and that opened the you can't. I don't know any man. I don't care how hard you try to be. When your baby girl look at you and she do this. That's a wrap.
That's the soft spot in our hearts right there. You know,
and
especially
then
when
that
it comes
prepares you as a young dad for everything else. And so when I had Deuce, it's like, okay, you know, it's like, and literally Deuce didn't like me. Like he would cry and whine for his mama and grandmother all day till they got home. And then one day we were taking a picture, and then he just walked up and gave me, and that was and at that point it was like, okay, y'all made y'all connection. Yeah. And so from that,
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I think people automatically, and I think I did that too. I thought because you were the parent, you automatically liked your kid, or the kids like you. You love. It's a difference between, I tell people, it's a difference between love and like.
Correct.
And you have to have a relationship with each one of your kids, where I think my parents, they didn't know how to do with 5 kids, that each one of us are really truly different. And you have to have, like, my parents knew each one of their children. And I was telling my sister that, I said, because my sister is the girl dad. And so she just knew that me and my brothers had the same type of relationship with my dad. I'm like, no, it was a different relationship. It didn't say that he did not love us, but you had a different connection than me and my dad. I'm the oldest, so my connection with him was different than your connection. And I think that's what people don't realize. And I'm not a parent. I always make that disclaimer, but I do see that.
They have to learn.
Right. Okay. And so you have to learn with each one of your children. Gotcha.
Sydney was first. She had her own personality. Deuce is different. Like if I had to bet who was gonna be Tank, I'd be like, it's gonna be the boy. It's the girl.
Really?
The one who made the one. If I had to drop off in the middle of the desert and she's gonna call me, hey, it's been 2 weeks, Dad. I got my apartment and 2 cars. What's happening? That's the hustle. Yeah. My daughter and my son is more like my wife. He has her really kind. Like, he is a really kind person. That's the thing that
I see that.
He like really cares about people, and he's really intelligent, and he's always thinking and calculating. Like, my cousin came over to the party and looked at him, was like, he looks just like you when you were 14. I was like, yep. Yeah. She's like, and he's sitting there thinking inside his head 24/7, just like you were when you were 14. And I mean, you know, and he just looked at her, and she's like, yeah, I've been knowing your dad since he was born. And she's like, and just talking, and she's like, he is just like you. And so you have to develop that relationship individually with your kids. And just know what's what. And I'll be honest with you, back then, it wasn't stress back then. It's like, hey, we got to go to work. We got kids. Now people, it's stress. I don't care how many kids you have. Sit down and just spend 10 minutes with you.
Do you think parents are doing that now?
They don't have a choice now, pandemic.
Yeah, they really don't.
Well, now with your pandemic,
you learning something about your kid, but you don't even know what's going on.
Right, exactly.
Really? Oh, no, Jimmy did that.
starting to pinpoint it now.
I had a parent last year, right when the pandemic started, but she was the class with the pandemic, and she used to tell me when she would sit down and talk, have conferences with me, and you know, she would share things about her son. She had, I think, 3 kids also. And she would, you know, and I like it when parents come in and they tell me about their child. And that's the first thing I would ask the parents. I said, well, who is your child? Tell me about your child, not all of your children, but tell me what she likes and does and this, that, and the other. And then I had some parents be, I don't know. He just do. So that lets me know that you're not, I won't say connected with your child, but that means you have not sat down and had a, hey, son, hey, you know, daughter type of moment, or, you know, it's
just
like
a casual conversation.
Like, not even that. Some parents haven't gotten to the discovery stage of who their kids are.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we found out who our kids were, like Deuce, we found out who he was in pre-K. Like, his personality at school came through, and when mom heard it, it was that standard, not my child.
Right.
And I looked at her, I was like, wait a minute. And he came down the little stairs. I said, hey, time to tell the truth. And then the first thing they do when they know they're looking at their mom, looking at his mom, and the first thing he did is put that head down like that, and you automatically know what that means.
Oh,
and then she started crying in there, and I'm like, "Oh, you didn't know your baby was a little aggressive, little something? you didn't know Mr. Two Piece and He said, "Come on." But parents have to take time now, and they've been forced to during the pandemic to find out who your kids really are.
Yeah,
like parents. I've had parents say, I'm just sitting down in my room, and I just so happen to hear my kid talking on the phone in their room. And when the kid feels free, you can imagine what they're talking and what they're saying.
Right.
This is your kid, though. This is your kid outside of you. And a lot of parents don't know that, and they don't take the time to get to know that.
Right.
Oh, you didn't know your daughter cuss up a storm like that? I mean, cuss.
Yeah.
I mean, but parents now with the pandemic, you're learning who your kids are. Some people are still doubting it, but But you as a teacher know.
Some are very in denial.
Some of these people, like. You see the kid at the parent-teacher conference wondering, who's that? That's the same kid that's in there.
And that's when it comes with, my child don't do it. Yes, ma'am, your child does. Your child does. Yes, your child does.
Your child in here acting all of the fool.
I'm like, and I tell parents all the time, I'm like, your children are going to be different at school than from home. I said, because again, that's why it's very important to understand who the teacher is, and you talk to the teacher. And even with teachers, we have to learn 20-something different personalities, y'all. Mm-hmm. You have to learn those personalities of your children. And I don't, my connection with my kids are all different, like literally different. I have those students, I know them, and that's why I say, teachers are going to heaven, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all.
That's why they love it so much.
Because we have to adjust. We have to adapt to each child's personality.
Absolutely.
If not, a teacher's going to have a hard time in that classroom.
So when teachers command respect, it's the ones that actually. This is why kids cut up when substitutes are in there, because the substitute don't know you like that, and they're only going to be there for a day. This is in history. We did it coming up with this. So when the substitute was there. When the free moment, so it was the free moment, right? But here's the thing: the substitute don't know you like that because they haven't spent time with you. You spent the majority. You spent every day. Half of their day, about 3/4 of their day, you're with them.
And it's I put notes for my sub on each child.
Right. That's good. It's good until you get that one sub who ain't having it. Who coming through?
Oh my God!
I see somebody, mom or somebody. Like literally, she stopped. Hold on, excuse me.
Wait.
You don't do this to the other teacher here. You're not gonna do it today.
I had a sub like exactly how you in Philly. Oh my goodness! I had a sub that did not play no games.
Like you heard,
we did not want her. We did not want her because we could not be free, and she was not going to let us be free and run amok in that classroom. We didn't want her. Hey, we hope it's that old clear lady that come through here. You know what I'm saying? We hope it's that the older lady that just kind of sit back and chill. We hope it's that the younger teacher that just kind of like to lay back and chill and just watch us for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope it's that sub that put on a movie for us. That's what we were thinking.
Hey, dope girl, what's going on, Tressa?
This is what we were thinking back in the day. I know I was coming up, especially in elementary school.
We were wanting to watch a movie. I'm from a small town. I'm just hoping they didn't know my mama. So I kept my mouth because there was one rule in the house: don't you make me get off my job.
Right.
That's call you my whole name, the nickname.
Oh no, my mama would show out right then and there in front of everybody. I like for real, she'll break your heart like I'm trash man.
So that was my late grandmother. She would show out in front of everybody.
Ralph Tresvant, not Ralph Tresvant. Well, that's the song. Okay, that's how my thought process goes. Ralph Tresvant, New Edition, Can't Stop the Rain, BMF. Do y'all watch the series BMF?
I need to watch it from the beginning and get it, but from the snips and pieces that I've been checking out with my wife's and watching, it looks like a really good. The backstory is pretty good.
It is. It's good
because the actors were groomed.
Yeah. Well, that's Big Meech's son
and
too. That's playing
the role. He had to actually earn it.
Right. But one of the Lamar's character,
he's actually English.
He is.
I work on the accent.
Right. I posted him on there. I was like, God darn it.
I'm like he from me.
And he said he after years of just like listening to us and whatnot, he got it. I'm like,
is that how we really sang?
Because I was like, but his on the latest episode, he was, you can't stop the rain. Lamar, y'all, that threw me for a loop. Y'all got to go back and see it. But if you have not checked out BMF, I mean, of course, we already know that it was big here in Atlanta. Like, it was huge. Like, but then I was thinking back to the whole father thing because the father was against. Of course, against them selling the dope and all of that, but come to find out, he was one of the co-conspiracies in the whole Black Mafia gang thing.
At a certain point, let's be honest.
So,
at a certain point, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And your boys putting in 1.2, like they putting in corporate money. Let's be honest. At some point, when it's because in the show, everybody's in. Even the little sister knows what's going on and keeping her mouth shut.
Yeah.
They breaking her off $3,000. Hey, here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's truly being depicted as a family business, though.
Right. Yeah.
And the thing is, let's be honest. A lot of these back in the day, drug, it was a family. Like, hey, we're gonna look out for each other.
Right.
But you do have that one person that goes over and beyond, and just it is what it is. I mean, I like the show. I like how they're doing it, but they are portraying it as a family business, and they're not. And like right now, it's at the point where dad's so against it and religious.
Yeah.
I mean, he's standing in the hospital looking at the newborn babies.
Yeah, right.
And I guess it's got to be a hard choice because at some point I'm against my sons. At what point do I stop being against them?
Yeah. Because you done paid off the house, so I guess I'm a. But it's a good series. It's a good series. It's bloody because, of course, they had the killing and stuff in there, and I mean, it's messages from them. Just looking at the whole male, because again, everybody that in the Black family or just the men, the guys back then, because think that was the crack era, 80s, early 90s. In 2000s, because he's still in, Meech is still in prison. The brother is out. But
and I mean the thing is, my thing is, how can you sit and really give them that kind of time? I understand for the murders, but when it came down to the drugs, this is something that our government bought in.
Yeah.
You from you West Coast, so you saw.
Yeah.
Firsthand.
So and that was my thing too. I was like, well, he did. They didn't get him on because apparently he didn't murder or anything, but we already know in the dope gang, you done shot something. You had to do something. I don't know. Don't come after me. I'm just asking. I'm just saying. But the dope. And so I was asking, but I'm like, so why are they not letting him out or this, that, and other? And I'm just like, so they're going to hold him because apparently he had life sentence and then they reduced it or whatever. But I want to talk more about that. I need to get some more information on that. But I was bringing it back around to the fathers and the sons and how I guess if you have both of your sons out here in the streets doing your thing, because apparently it was a good family household, 2-parent household or whatever. But I know that money rules. And he was against it, but then he came on board. Like, wouldn't you as a father, shouldn't you have just been like, no, and you keep it moving, or do you join in with your sons? And
I mean, I'll be totally. I mean,
I know that's a tricky one.
From the kid's point of view, dad on board?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but from a parent's point of view, I mean,
Because you got a lot of parents who uphold their kids in the wrongness.
Jeopardize the fact that I have some little ones here at the house.
Right.
And we see how dangerous it is.
Yeah, because the episode yesterday, I ain't gonna spoil alert if y'all have not watched it. It started affecting. It went on down to their little sister. So she has nothing to do with that. It's like
I mean, it's a family.
Yeah,
and they don't. And people look at it like
and they don't care.
Right, and so as we've seen, the game is the game.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that things like that actually have happened.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, as a parent, I'll be honest. At no point do I sacrifice one for the other. Yeah, that's not a part of the. Yeah, that's not a part of the code. Right. So I mean.
But if y'all watch it. It's pretty good series, And then I heard Raising Cain. No, they're off, but he's coming back with Ghost. Yeah, Power 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he'll be back. 50 doing his thing now.
He's doing his thing. He quieted down a little bit. I mean, he quieted down a little bit, but he's still behind. He's still behind the scenes doing that. And then and people keep bringing up John 50 again. Ja Rule and 50 again. They keep bringing that back up. Like they want them to do a verses or something like that. They keep bringing.
I hadn't heard that, but
no, they're not doing one. But I don't think that will ever come into fruition because they still continue to hold the grudge from whoever's holding the grudge from. Ja Rule seems to be fine. He's good, but it's 50 that continues to hold the grudge from then, and they still continue their thing from early 2000s and whatnot, and it's just. But
what about what y'all think about? I know Jay-Z and said they were squashing there.
Yeah, Jay and Dame. Yeah, that's right. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. LL Cool J went in, and Jay-Z went in.
Looks bad. It looks bad.
Yeah.
For them to right. It looks bad because remember, Rockefeller is a part of whether they want to admit it or not. The original Rockefeller was responsible for some major albums. Reasonable Doubt, all of that, the Black. I mean,
and they were responsible for the state property soundtracks and stuff, which were heated too.
Bring up Philly.
State property. Philly. But that was a Rockefeller joint.
Right. I'm just messing with you on that.
No, of course you would.
But they were responsible for a whole lot of freeway. I mean, let's be real. So how can you be arguing with half of the team the rest of your life? It is what it is. You did what you had to do to prosper. I say Jay-Z was correct for doing what he had to do in separating because it was getting a little bit too thug thizzle and not about business. Yeah. And you can't do business behind jail. You signing Chris and Leak and all these other people to the label, and they're all going to jail. Love Freeway, love Beans, but they all in jail. Yeah. And you can't make money in jail, but I'm still giving you all this money, these royalties. I mean, listen, I got to break away. So I can't get mad at the man for doing what he had to do, reinventing himself and moving on. Yeah. If the partnership wasn't good, I'm not saying that you're a bad dude or anything like that. It just got to a point where it ran its course and we needed to separate. Yeah. And it looks like he made the best decision because not only did he re-up, he leveled up. Right. I mean, and it looks like, I left Dame behind. No, you were at this point, this spot in your life, we separated, you chose not to move forward with other endeavors. I can't do that like that. And I can understand that. I mean, sometimes in business, we're not a good match. Maybe the deal has ran its course and that's it. But I mean, it looks bad when I'm going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and I don't talk about the other half of the team. Right. He was a big part of that team.
Integral.
Yeah.
At some point, we got to grow up, people, and we got to just squash beef because after a while, you leave beef out, it goes spoil.
You know?
Yeah.
Really?
That's true. That's true.
What about, y'all heard about Joe Biden?
Oh.
They said he was just trolling.
I think he was. I really think he was.
That's something you play with.
But you can't you can't play with that though. Don't just do that just to go viral or make your he really didn't need the viral thing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need
You
it.
would do that to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so that I can have conversations like this about it, no matter how inappropriate it was,
Right.
or out of character,
Just to jog the conversation.
Yeah.
just to pique interest and have you on the timeline. Just to say right now I'm trending.
Shout out to Coach D. Happy birthday.
Hey,
November.
Coach.
November, baby. What's going on, honey?
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I was like,
That threw me for a loop, though. Like, I'm like, it threw me for a loop, but I'm like, nah, that can't be, because don't you think some cats would have came out about that by now?
you know what?
Especially on on Vlad's.
I don't know.
They would have came out and said something about
I
that.
think a lot of stuff is coming out and being exposed of what has been going on behind the scenes in them studios. I know some people who know that literally have gone to those studio parties and all of that kind of stuff. And they talk about stuff that goes on.
Okay.
And you know,
Charlie Murphy and the Hollywood stories.
and I think money is on the table, like shut your mouth type of deal.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, you know,
That's real.
you're right. And I think that stuff is coming out, and I think unfortunately, I think a lot of brothers are like coming out so they can get the word out first before somebody, it's just a lot of stuff.
It's been said. And a lot of people get mad at Pimp C for what he said.
What
But
did he say?
he said that a whole lot of these rappers out here are like he said, they pitching and catch and not telling the truth about it. Like he said, I don't have a problem with you being gay.
Right.
Don't have a problem with it. That's your lifestyle.
That's your lifestyle.
But don't sit up here and try to come at me in the rap game.
Right.
Like you selling 20 pounds a day,
Right.
and you hard as I don't know what, and you got 900 females on speed dial downstairs in the line. Like they put together this image that they sell to you.
Yeah.
And then behind the scenes, they can't even cash the check. Like, you finding out stuff like this. Yeah. But then you have to be honest. Didn't what's his name, Lil Nas X, just make a comment saying that he's not gay? That he
he's so. I mean, that baby's so confused. Y'all pray for that boy.
But it's the thing though. Like a lot of people are doing things for likes,
and that's what right. Yeah. Because he's coming out the Boosie, and Boosie said he was like, I ain't got no problem with you being gay. It's you, and it's like, come on, you like that annoying little pests that just keep at people. And what you think? People just gonna be like, oh, that's no, boy, sit down.
But my thing is, you're not gonna ever get rid of people who you're gonna always have, and this is the sad part, you're gonna always have people who believe in traditionalism. Right. Who believe in being a heterosexual. So you're mad because they still continue to believe. You can't change somebody's belief. Just I can't change yours.
Right. And that's the part that irritates me. It's like, live your lifestyle. That's fine. Because, we're not getting awards for coming out as heterosexual. Like, I ain't getting nothing for 3 babies. And that's my thing is, that community, some of them, because I know I'm friends with many, and they don't. When it comes to your sex life, first of all, that's private. Yeah, heterosexual or bisexual, whatever the case, that's private. I don't need to know your bedroom status. Yeah, you don't need to. I don't need to know that you're a human being or whatever. Right. That's between you and the God you serve. Exactly. The God I serve, I'm heterosexual. I believe in man, woman, man. And I said it. I don't care if you unfriend me or whatever. That does not equate to hate.
Correct.
Exactly.
That does not equate to, oh my gosh, you don't like. That does not.
Who you choose to be that's your business.
That's your business.
Why are you so sensitive about it? There must be something. Because I'm definitely not upset.
I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I get upset when you try to force me to accept your sexual behaviors. If I say I don't want to see I don't care if it's woman, man. If I don't want to see your set, I don't want to see your set. That's just like me trying to force me and Chef's sexual life on y'all or whatever. You don't look at this, and it goes. Some of them go overboard with it, and that's the problem. If you already know that men, there are a lot of men who don't accept that lifestyle, and you cannot fault them, like you said, because it's true. That's how they were raised, and it's okay. What you can do is you just continue to educate us.
Yeah,
you don't put us down. Don't make us feel guilty about not accepting or whatever. And that's the problem I have with the community.
And it's not accepting.
Right. It's right.
Because we accept. You want my mindset to change.
Exactly.
Right. And that's accepting who you are is us having a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Me taking in your dialogue, you taking in my dialogue, and seeing our opinions.
Yeah.
And come away with some kind of understanding. That don't mean my mindset didn't change.
Exactly.
That don't mean that what I've been taught as traditional values will ever change.
Right.
It just means that I see you and I understand you.
Right.
And that if I do that, I have no problem.
You shouldn't have a problem.
We're talking about you're upset that I don't feel. It is what it is.
Exactly. If you were a cocaine addict, I don't like cocaine. I don't want it.
Never go there.
Right. It's like that's the problem I have with some of because again, I have
or like the most sensitive issue is having kids.
Yeah.
That is a sensitive issue with me because it's like, okay, it's like you feel like we're waving in your face that you two cannot make a kid together. No, this is just something that we are able to do.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, but the Bible term is a fruitful relationship.
Exactly.
You can't get mad at me because the rules can't be changed to where you're able to do this trick. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It's been gifted to this one set.
Right. And that's the part, especially in the Black community, we need more dialogue. Yeah. And I do plan to have more dialogue. This is I am a believer in heterosexual relationships, and this is about positive male role, positive relationships with men, and I'm the male sector, and I don't apologize for it, and which you're not going to do, and nobody's going to do is try to make me feel bad about it.
You can't. It's even in nature. Animals that reproduce with themselves have to turn themselves from male to female to even to seed their own egg.
Yeah. So
if nature says that it's okay, and that there's certain species but you're not that species. Let's agree to accept each other. My thing is this. I tell people all the time, first love somebody.
Right.
Because love is what's missing. Yeah. Love is what, again, had some fool walk into a school and shoot babies.
Right.
So let's start right there. The fact that you love somebody and that's in your heart, let's start there and let's grow that.
Right.
As far as the hate part that you keep trying to, let's let that go because it is what it is. Accept you for who you are. And if it's not an issue, why so sensitive?
Right. Mm-hmm. Like if you got to do that much proving, or you're trying to make somebody, and that's
some people try too hard.
And that is truly the part that when people come out. I don't care if you come out. Why are we celebrating? And I'm just gonna put it on the table. Why in the heck am I celebrating you coming out? And what? That should not make headline news. That should not make any. Okay, if you come out, that's fine. All right. And then when you and then they get upset because you didn't have a celebration for it. What am I celebrating? First of all, what am I celebrating? If that's who you are, again, that's something that you have to accept. You
celebrate,
right? You
know who you are,
right?
Because that's personal,
exactly. Yeah. And then you introduce yourself to you. Let me tell y'all this. Because I know some people who are struggling and they're wanting their family members. And again, you can unfriend me. First of all, that don't faze me. Unfriend
the holidays, somebody gonna let me.
Right. Unfriend me. Can't nobody do nothing to me. So let me put that out there. Okay. Can't nobody do nothing to me. Because what God has for me, okay?
Right.
So, but when you, if you are gay or lesbian or bisexual or in that community, and you want your family members to accept you and this, that, and the other, you have to slowly introduce yourself to people. You can't just say, "Here I am now. You gonna accept me," because number one, you got to understand, most of the people in our family now, they're older. They don't know nothing about that mess.
Right.
And I call it mess because sometimes it becomes messy because of the way you all present yourself.
Yeah.
The approach. And you just figure, this who I am, and Don't nobody want to hear about your sex life, period. I don't want to know if you top, bottom, or whatever the case may be.
Continue being you.
They get descriptive. I don't want to know all that. And so if I don't want to know that, people don't want to know that in your family. If, hey, y'all, I am gay. Okay, that's fine. All right, keep it moving. What's next on the menu? We should not, and that's it. But y'all want to make a big, I'm saying
some want to make it the same. Right, it should be just, hey, you know what? I'm a normal person just like you.
Just like you, right. Ooh. And you keep it moving.
But a lot of people do live their life like that.
Yeah.
Really, it's like, I'm not going to make it a highlight. I'm going to act just like a normal couple would.
That's it.
And it's cool. And that's the whole point. If you want to be a normal couple, guess what? Just act like one.
That's right.
We're not going to sit there and say, well, because it's a woman or because it's a man. I promise you, the same cup of coffee.
Right.
I mean, it don't. But the thing is, though, if you accept yourself, you shouldn't put pressure on others to go over and aboard to make you feel comfortable because you are uncomfortable.
Right.
That's your skin.
Exactly.
Nobody else could feel nothing on it.
Exactly.
When we meet people, right? When we randomly meet people in the street. When you jump into a conversation or you're at the bar, you're sitting there and what have you, and you engage conversation and has nothing to do with the orientation or what have you, nothing to do with all of that. So you just have a vibe, you just have a friendly conversation, a real dialogue, right? When you get to know that person, you get to know that person.
Right.
You don't get to know their sexual habits or this, that, and the third. You get to know that person, and a lot of people put it to the forefront, and then some people, when they say, "Oh yeah, I did this, I did that," okay. But what are we going to do about these spades on this table? What are we going to do about that? Next hand, who dealing? That's what I need to know. A lot
of it is you're shamed about what you're doing.
Right.
So if you're shamed about what you're doing, how can you're going to always think that somebody else is just staring and looking at you and feeling self-conscious. Stop feeling self-conscious.
Exactly.
Be comfortable in your skin.
Be proud.
There's nothing wrong with your skin. Listen, I'm just so serious. When you have all this negativity out here, we need all the positive energy we can get.
Exactly.
I mean, again, I don't judge you if I say that I don't agree with that lifestyle. Again, and I'm saying it loud and clear, and I shouldn't have to keep saying it. And the majority, 99.9, I don't know the stats, y'all, just being, but the majority of people don't care. It's just when you all go overboard and then you start saying we hate. That's the part, because everybody that I deal with are not haters. Like, we got other things in our lives. You know who I would choose to hate if I had hatred? A person, man or woman, who messes with a child.
Yeah.
That's the person I would hate.
That's another level,
man. Look,
that would be
spin them and dip them in alcohol.
Exactly. If I'm going to hate somebody, that would be the person that I would hate. If I really wanted to hate somebody, I don't hate.
But you know what, though?
A gay and lesbian person. I would hate that person who molested a child or did anything to a child.
Right.
That's hate. So when that community come at us with the whole, you just hate us and you don't like my kind. What?
What do you mean by your kind?
Right.
Something new?
Right. Like, gay and lesbian has been, this is not nothing. It's just seeing it.
They just call it something different now.
Right.
Back in the 30s, that Miss Janie, that's her friend.
Right. Right. So it's just the fact that when you equate hate hatred with us. No, that is not the case. And y'all need to start. And that's what happened with Lil Nas X and Boosie. He had to say, he said, man, I don't hate you. And even what you call it came out, little Big Frida. I don't know. Big Frida even said, Lil Boosie don't hate gays. He said he has a problem with Lil Nas X. And that's it. And like, he said, I don't have no problem with you, dude.
If that's the case, and I'm from Louisiana. Let's be real. Everybody have gay people in their family.
Right.
And everybody has a couple of flat, and you know how to, and the thing was, you leave all that outside. When you come over here and you in Big Mama house, you're just a regular member.
You're just a regular member.
You don't judge, you
still sit at that same
jokes on you.
Still sit at
you are the one that feel
like you are going to have somebody who does not understand.
Right.
That's just a given. If you have a heterosexual man, they're not going to. A woman will be more understanding than a heterosexual man. I can tell you that off the rip. They're not going to understand it because, again, they are men. They don't know that lifestyle. So instead of you trying to make them feel bad, educate them. Just say, hey, you know what? These are the feelings I grew up with or had or whatever, but I'm still the same person. I still like to play ball or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna try you or whatever the case may be. You know, again, stop trying to make us hate y'all because nobody hates you. That's your lifestyle. That's your lifestyle. I don't want to know your bedroom business. You don't know my bedroom business. You should not know my bedroom business.
Right.
I don't want to know your bedroom business. If you're going to date, whatever. But don't equate it to hate. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And Lil Nas X has made this into he hate gays and this, that, and another. And he
turned around and said a couple of days later, I'm not gay.
Right. So you about as confused as I don't know what. That's why people laughing at you, and that's why people can't take you serious, because you're around here confused. And mostly, I'm gonna put it out there, most of y'all little young ones, it's all about sex and y'all confused. You don't know who you are.
Wanting something that y'all shouldn't be playing with right now.
Right.
And the killer part is you have no understanding. So you're making grown up decisions.
Exactly.
They're gonna follow you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are, you are. And if you're not and you're exploring, okay. But stop telling people that they hate. Stop telling your family members that they hate you. They don't hate you, dude. They don't hate you. They just don't understand because you're around here doing X, Y, and Z 1 minute or
man, just have a drama card.
Right.
It's like they have a drama card.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You are now on stage.
Nobody had time for that. You know how much stuff we are dealing with every day?
It's a whole bunch.
And you think we really got all of this to be mad over you?
You're walking around with Carl Thomas playing. Why you like that's your background music? Emotional for what?
Dragging that YouTube speaker with Carl Thomas every day. But these are the messages. That's what I'm talking about. Those messages.
Messages from him.
Yes, exactly.
What you got for us? Sponsor shout out.
Sponsor shout outs. The second half of the sponsor shout outs. Lady Luxury Designs by our friend, our sister Lisa Webb.
Yes.
Handmade jewelry and crafts. And also to LaRon, I still have the Cash App ready for the cheesecake.
Yes, the cheesecake.
I'll make sure, because I need that. LaRon, if you're on, please put it in there so I can go ahead and order my stuff. But follow them on IG, Handmade Jewelry and Crafts. Right now, do you have any? You don't have them on today, do you?
No, I know. I didn't see them log in. I know. I don't want to.
No, I meant the handmade jewelry.
Oh no, I don't have. I don't have hers on today.
She got the hoops on today.
Got the hoops on.
Like that day.
But listen, you got to make sure you follow them on Instagram. Douggram at the Lady LADIE, and luxury is spelled LUXURIE. Once again, the Lady Luxury THELADIE LUXURIE. And I need the Bluetooth. I need to turn on the Bluetooth.
Power 75%.
Lash by Tangea, magnetic lashes and cosmetic products. The lashes they on?
They're on.
Power's on. You didn't hit 75%.
75%. It's not dropping, is it?
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected. Okay, there you go.
Wait till I get my birthday one.
Nice parent.
Wait, the birthday ones. What the birthday ones going to look like?
Oh, she done did the LeVar Burton edition, brother.
Snuffleupagus edition.
The reading rainbow. I can try. It's singing in the book. It's reading rainbow.
I gotta put my order in so I get my eyelashes. What's going on, girl?
She turned pages with them things.
Yo, oh God! They take no. The thing that got me, and she said the Snuffleupagus edition. Hi, bird.
But hey, Smokey did have some big old eyelashes.
Hi, bird.
Are you gonna pull up with? Are you gonna have glitter on them for the edition?
I don't know.
I'm going to TaShon's birthday party.
We gonna have a birthday party right here on the air.
We could.
That's Saturday. Have a birthday party on the air.
We could
start that morning off real great.
Yes.
But
You said the Snuffleupagus edition. Hi, bird. He always ended with bird.
Right. I like my Snuffleupagus.
You can talk regular, then just end with bird.
Like,
but anyway, contact her 404-781-8437. Once again, 404-781-8437. No matter what edition of Lashes you're getting, it's lashed by Tangia. That's your sponsor shout outs for this portion. And power off. But anyway, moving forward, we'll be back into the conversation.
Messages from him.
Let me ask you a question. How strong are them lashes?
They're strong. They're very strong. Yeah.
So when
so far,
they hurricane rated.
So far, they have not blown off. Now, Chef will mess with them and he'll pull them out. I'll be like, you know what, really? Then he'll want to see them clap back on. I said, you know what?
Listen, Chef will mess with him. Wait, what Chef will do to mess with him?
Let me see you do that trick.
You know,
Pop them off.
So yeah, get you some magnetics for your birthday, honey. They are the best thing ever. Because when I get home, I could just pop them off.
You know what? But let me say something about that. As much fun as we have when we come to that specific sponsor shout out, that should be translating into a lot of sales because they want to get that experience now. And that's the thing. So I don't want anybody to think, for any first time listeners out there, that we disrespecting the business or anything like that. We've been doing this weeks and weeks and weeks. If anything, you should be getting that experience right now. We're enticing you to get that experience because we're talking about the quality, the level of quality.
Tell you, said Sebra be choosing balance. I see. I'm like, stop. Leave my lashes alone. You know how y'all men get.
Go on, baby. Hey, go on, do that.
Quit touching them.
Hey, go on, pop the left one off.
Quit touching them. It's gonna shock you.
Sonya, did you say Capricorn season about to be lit? Here we go. Not before Sagittarius season. And look, y'all. Look. So I debuted my journal, Steps Journal.
Yes, you did. Yes, absolutely. You sold out. Yes.
It was a pre-sale event. I thank y'all so much for giving me a copy, the copy and the T-shirt and all of that. So now the lunch event, that was the pre-sale. Now do the lunch event. That's my birthday on the 20th. Which you say you already knew it was coming. I know, y'all Capricorns. So the lunch is on the 20th. Journals and Java. I will have
Journals and Java.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will have it. And thank you, sis.
That was a creative name for that. I like that.
Yes, my shout out to my team who created that. Journals and Java. So that is on the 20th, where you can come and join me quickly to go in. It's not a sit down traditional book release. So due to safety and the location, come in, get a piece of birthday cake, some coffee or tea, grab your copy, your paid copy. You can still order it.
You see that smile she said it with? Get your bought copy.
Get your copy, get an autograph on there. And take it. This is my first journal. And you know, I'm just excited about it. And
What is the first of all? Then you know what? Now it's time for me to interview you.
No,
we want to talk. Let's talk about the journal for a second.
Journal. What's one thing that the journal has taught you? What has it inspired in yourself?
The journal has taught me how to love on myself. Yes. Love on myself a lot more. You know, being that woman. Let me get my interview. Staying
She
has a whole interviewing.
So I had to get my coffee.
So again, loving yourself, the journal. What journey has it taken you on?
Yeah, it's taken me here.
It's taking you on a journey.
It's
don't let this become a Michael Beasley interview where it says
it has. I mean, literally, like, you know, I'm a journal writer, so I've always kept journals. Like, since I had my first diary since I was like 9 to 10, I still have that. And what you say? Yes, as I'm here for love on you. Yes. So I mean, like, literally over time, I've kept journals, and you know that's where my first book came out of, A Woman on Fire. So that's actually a journal, my journal. So I turned that into the book, and I'm always buying other folks' journals, and God was just like, "Why don't you just create your own?" And I put thought into it, y'all. Like, it's not just you just gonna get some lines and you just write. So,
because it's big. Because I'm a big believer in self-love. Yeah. I'm a big believer that people don't teach their kids that. Yeah. And I mean self-love on all levels, because if you love yourself, you're not out there seeking.
Right, exactly. And that's something that most of us, we missed, not really missed that lesson, but over time, you know, you get, especially a woman, you go through so much. You go through life, and then it can beat you down, and you lose your confidence. You know, and then it's just like, okay, wait a minute, I gotta love myself in order to gain these healthy relationships. You know, so this one is designed for a woman. I am going to design something for a man, but men don't really journal, right? So I got to come up with something else for you guys. Yeah,
just have a panel, like interview 3 or 4 guys. Absolutely. I'll be honest, self-love is something that we don't teach enough, especially to I mean self-love mentally, physically, right? Because there's so many things out there that are polluting our kids. And the thing is, first of all, if I teach you to first love you,
especially with this whole social media era that they're in now, it is crazy. Like, you know, and it's very sad. And even some of us grown folks get caught up in that. You know
what, though? People took the word influencer for granted. They mean that when they say influencer. It is really serious.
It is.
How people follow social media every day of their life.
And if you're watching other women, you know, with these perfect bodies, or, you know, this perfect lifestyle in their eyes, that like they got it going on, their business moguls and all of this kind of stuff, and you're thinking like, so you didn't go through nothing? Like, you know, you just woke up and you put on your wig and your makeup and all that, and you didn't go through nothing? And people want the real deal. And I tell people, and I am, you know, certified relationship coach, and I am transparent about this journey, and my niche is teaching about self-love. And again, and like I stated the other day, I still too am learning on a lot of stuff. So it's not like I've arrived, but I've arrived enough where I can teach others, you know, when I went through the divorce and all of that, because my self-esteem was shot. That ain't no secret. It was shot. So what would you say, same men, and what self-love looks like to them is a great topic. Yes, and I definitely want to talk about that, because again, I know men do go through that. So I debuted my journal. I'm super excited about that. I will be been asked to speak on it. To participate in some panels, and I have another big major announcement coming next week or so y'all stay connected to that. And if you have not gone to the website to register to subscribe, do that. And the YouTube is out. I'm still working on that, putting out, I got to do a video today, y'all. I got to get used to that. Like,
I got a question for you. So when you got the first copy, when you pulled the first copy, the copy right out of the box, just to see it in, hard copy.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like for you to know that, you've released books before, but this is a whole journal that's going to, really embark upon people's lives and, move their livelihood forward. What was that like for you in seeing that? Did you pull it out of the box and say,
I did. I actually, because, it's been 8 years since I released Woman on Fire. So people have been
that's a long time.
On my birthday, 2013.
8 years
Is
ago.
that 8 years ago?
Yeah, it was
2013. Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
And so
That's
people
when I
have been
connected with you.
right. So people have been asking me, "You're gonna do a part 2? You're gonna do a part 2?" And I'm just like, I'm not ready to do a part 2 of Woman on Fire. And I am going to do it, but it won't be Woman on Fire part 2. It'll just be like picking up where I stopped. And so the journal versus me releasing a book, I needed to release the journal. So, it's like, oh, she just wrote a book. Now what? No, that those years of me being by myself, this is what I was actually doing. This is what was taking place, my journey on healing and self-love. So that's what I've been doing. And then I put it, and that's why I told people, I'm like, no, I didn't just copy pages and put down some lines. This has been in the making over the years, me going through things and, collecting the data and saying, you know what, I want to create something that's not stressful, because I don't want you to be writing in tears and I can't do it. No, this is exactly what I went through to get to my healing. So when I pulled out that copy, I was like, oh my gosh, I have me a real journal. Like I created this, like it's going to be on the shelf and it's on my website. I didn't go through Amazon or anything like that. So you can buy it directly from me.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Go on and buy. Go on and buy. Come on. Buy now. Buy now.
So buy now. The pre-sale, I expected it, but I didn't expect it. But I was like,
oh, no, I'm sure you expected it.
No, when I say I didn't expect it, I really did not expect it. Because usually, it's like, okay, you have about 4 or 5 left, in the box.
Yeah.
I have this big box, large box with t-shirts and journals. And when I got home the last day of the pre-sale, I literally looked on the website like I posted and they were all gone.
What was that feeling like now?
That was the feeling of, oh my gosh. I think I do have one t-shirt left in the small.
Somebody
and a t-shirt in the large. I believe I had one t-shirt large and one t-shirt small. But all journals and the rest of the t-shirts are gone. So that did make me feel like, oh wow, okay. So, and then you got free shipping with it, y'all.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. It is happening. And I am, I know, son, you should not have been surprised. I know, and again, this is part of that self-love. And that's why I'm honest. I'm like, you ask God for these things, you pray about it, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. He did it. Like, so
has it hit you yet?
It is hitting me. It's hitting me. And then now that, with the birthday celebration coming up with it, this is me. This is me. I'm ready for the ride. Like I'm ready for it. This has been in the making for a long time. And when I say a long time, I've been on the entrepreneur road since 10. Honest to God, we had a lemonade stand. My sister and I and a dear friend in Memphis had a lemonade stand, an official lemonade stand. So that was the start of our entrepreneur road. My parents were entrepreneurs and so for me, it's been doing, it's been that and teaching. So for me, it's people are like, you do a lot. I say, I do. And I continue to push myself. And so it's time. It's time. It's time to do either or. And I'm choosing this or that. This or that. I'm choosing that.
Engine. No, you're gonna go down. Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it
pick it up. Back on the scene, crispy and clean.
That's my song. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. The pandemic helped.
Gave time for a lot of things to be done.
Because you didn't manifest things during the pandemic, and you just kind of just sat there.
Yeah,
and just.
I mean, like it literally did. Like the pandemic, that's where I started the process, and I'm just like, and we're still in the pandemic. For me, I'm still in the pandemic.
Tell that to the rest of ATL who was at the Braves parade yesterday.
Spending too much money that y'all open. Shoot, I was able to say.
Tell that to the rest of a lot of sick people Monday.
You ain't lying.
Be a lot of Delta stepping.
You ain't lying.
Oh,
you know what? What about the I forgot about the Travis Scott festival. 8 people died.
Oh, what?
At the is it Houston? Somewhere in Houston. But Travis Scott was performing, and 8 people are confirmed dead. I guess it was like a stampede or something. And
wow! I see the story. Okay, so it was. So I'm going to kind of read a snippet of it. It said Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival in Houston leaves unfortunately 8 dead and hundreds injured after a Friday night crowd panic. So it was basically a melee of folks that oh wow, this is, and it was outside NRG Park, from what we understand. 50,000 fans attended the show, and basically it was there was panic. About 9 o'clock local time, crowd began surging towards Scott's set. There was panic and people running for safety, and it was just craziness out there. So, we pray for those who dealt with that, because the interesting thing is that, there was a lot of us that when I say a lot of us, meaning people from Atlanta, that actually they stayed in Houston to celebrate and, the World Series win, and they probably went there.
Yeah.
We know some people in Houston that do listen to us frequently. We hope that your friends and your family members or what have you were not there and involved in that, but if they were, we pray today for them, because that was too much. It's like you gotta now look over your shoulder at these outdoor concerts now, even though it's a new normal. See, inside it's more controlled because some people will catch the stuff at the door, but even an outside event, people are supposed to catch those things at the door.
But then over 50,000 people again, and that's why I said, we ain't learning. We ain't gonna learn. I'm just gonna put it, we ain't learned. Some of us got it. Some of us are getting it, but
there's others, some of us won't.
Like, that's still a big crowd, first of all. Like, I think I saw one place where they had like different little pods. If you're in a concert, you had your own little pod.
Cincinnati Olympic Park did that at one point with concerts.
Okay, like you had your own little celebration pod or whatever, but you're talking about a festival where people are still on top of each other, have them not masked or whatever the case may be. Still, I've never been a big fan of those type of festivals. Like I attended them back in the day a little bit, but when you all crowded up on me, because all it takes is one push and people start panicking. You know what I'm saying? And from what I was
pop. Yeah,
right.
And everybody.
I remember back in the early 90s when Mom and I were in Baltimore when she was working for Morgan State University. We went to a concert at Inner Harbor, and that sort of thing happened. And me being young, I didn't understand why we were running because I didn't hear anything. But it was that one time we were running down Howard Street in the middle of the town, and we were just running and running and running. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to run. I'm young. I don't know what's going on. So I'm being pulled. My arm is being pulled to run, and I'm trying to play catch up. Robert, come on. Robert, come on. Robert, come on. I'm like, what are we running for, first of all? But I didn't need to know that. As a young boy, I didn't need to know that at that time. Just go. So I just went. And then we calmed down our walk. And then after we got in the car and started to ride back, after all the dust settled and whatnot, we knew we were in a safe spot.
Mm-hmm.
I started to hear what was going on. It wasn't directly told to me what happened, but I overheard the conversation as a young boy, like somebody was shooting and we had to run. Like, I'm just glad we made it safe.
See,
you know what I mean?
You ain't gotta tell us to run.
Right. No, you don't have to tell us.
Like for real. We'll be sitting out there, one person start jogging, and we look, two people start jogging, and our feet get to moving a little faster.
It could have been somebody popping a big balloon, and we were
You ain't got to tell us 4 or 5 times. Go. Nah, we already went.
So exactly. What time is it out there?
We like
two. Is it in LA?
We like it would be I think 8:54. It's just about to be 9 a.m. over there in LA.
My girl's from LA.
Oh, just checking in?
Checking in.
Yeah, checking in. West Coast, cuz. Hey, bro, this really slick. Hey, really slick. We hard, cuz.
Look here.
So, but
you really slick.
We get to running. If I see you running, I'm going.
I'm like, you ain't gotta like. It's like a subliminal message. Hey, and just the black people gonna be moving,
right?
Everybody, why are they just?
Man, don't ask no questions.
Later on the news,
why are they running? Well, I guess they found out on the news
today. 9 people were ran over, and none of them got out because they were gone.
Yeah,
when they heard the horn blowing, you know what?
That's why I stay connected to the exits. I need to make sure I can get out. When I go to anything like that, I map out my exit plan.
We check in with each other.
Yeah. Where you at?
We'll pass somebody right.
Right.
You don't say nothing.
This is why a lot of times I choose places by the door.
Yeah.
Or I strategically choose a spot by the door because I know I'm going to get out first before everybody else does. My squad going to get out before everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to get out, but I want us to get out too.
It'll be 5 minutes. It'll be 5 minutes for the place. Hey, put them slippers on.
Right.
Right. We about to get up and go. Right. I moved to the stadium. You ain't gonna be walking in here.
Yeah, we leaving either before, like 10 minutes before you can kind of feel when the concert is ended.
Slip them shoes up.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Or you just kind of wait until like the big crowd moves and you just sitting there like halfway through. Like if you go into like the Fox Theater, like I used to kind of like wait for everybody. Yeah.
But if you like in the
and
you know what? Hey, put your shoes on.
Right.
Shoes on.
Right. Yeah. And that's what is these venues should do will be overpacked too, especially because of the greed. Right. And that's why I said I blame the promoters too for things like that because it's like 50,000 people. Come on. You could have had pod set up or something, but 50,000 people like
or an exit strategy.
West Coast, y'all special.
But
hold up, West Coast.
No,
West Coast.
Them, I don't know, them youngins. Atlanta doing it too, because downtown, all them folks. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Yeah. So that's why I said
mask.
Mask. The mailroom, yeah. The mailroom messages from him with TaShon and friends, y'all. We are coming to the close. Yes, Arlene. Yeah, the journals are out of stock. Yep. No, they're not on Amazon, so you'll have to wait till I get the next batch in, which will be here soon, and then I will have those on sale for the 20th on the website for the actual lunch. I got you.
Doesn't it feel good to say that though?
Yes. Yeah,
it has to feel really good to be able to say that.
New Year's, honey. I don't know how they're going to do it. The mailroom message from him with TaShon and friend. Oh, I got to change that message.
Message?
I didn't even realize I said that.
You got to change that typo. Tank, what you got going on real quick? What's going on?
Well, today I'm hanging out with Young Deuce. We're gonna get some things done today. Kick it. He's gonna end up sneaking in the movie.
Right.
We gotta go check it out.
Right.
We gotta go do our thing.
I want some theater popcorn. I might go to the movie.
Extra butter.
I know, right? Extra butter.
But the theater tickets are through the roof.
Yeah,
They back up there now? Oh no, I just keep on.
No, but the thing is, most movies now are going back to theaters.
Yeah.
That big screen feel.
Yeah. I like the movies, and then if I can have my own row, that's what I do. Sit down. You see me on this row. Move on down there.
You have to wait till about 4 weeks after the movie come out to get your own row.
Yeah, for real.
I give them that look too. All these seats, you gonna sit next to me? So, Green Machine, what you got going on?
So the return of Industry Unleashed is coming back to However, it's when it returns this afternoon. It is going to be live right here on 102.6 Situation. So he's going to do his first live Industry Unleashed this afternoon, and Chef Mo is going to be in the building this afternoon, and that's going to start at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. That's what we got going on.
Congratulations, Mike.
Yes.
For season 2.
Season 4.
Season 4. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Legacy Runway show is coming in April too. So he's definitely going to be talking about that over the course of time as well. But welcome to the airways, Mike Rob.
And again, you all can find me on all social media platforms. I am Trinette L. What you mean? Not yet. I got another. It's coming up. It's coming up.
But I told you, we ain't panicking.
We're not. I already had a talk. Shout out to my girl Monique. She talked to me, had me. Thank you, girl. I'll share more of that. But yeah, it's coming up. So we got to get ready.
We're gonna be excited.
We're gonna be excited. I am excited. But you all should go to that
party.
Yeah, because I don't, but I am going to party. I am going to party. So I am ready. Go over to that website, subscribe so you can keep up with all the latest events and details. The book signing lunch is on the 20th, Journals and Java. That is coming up. Just stay connected and you will get those details for the steps to self-love journal and t-shirts.
Self-love.
So, until next week.
Yeah.
Narrating self-love. The navigation of self-love.
Live.
There you go.
That sounds real nice.
Yeah, that's a real nice.
Turn that up.
Yeah, let's go.
Saturday mornings I'm tuned in. Listening to TaShon, she be going in, y'all. Black queen for us black kings. We can learn a thing or two when we're locked in. One of the few places we can't be heard. Facts, man, I rocks with her. That's my word. The show isn't lightning, engagement always enticing. I always come with an open mind. I'm never frightened, y'all. Guaranteed to walk your way within the rules. Now that I'm thinking everything else is minuscule. We're the fools who don't protect black women. No honor and disrespect. And that's it, y'all. Please come in peace when you call in. Cause the friends ain't no slouch fair going in. You got mail messages from them. Y'all better listen if you want to win the life, y'all. You want to win the light, tune in to TaShon and Friends. You got mail messages from him. Yeah, you've got mail messages from him, 10 a.m. to noon, Saturdays. Tune in. Yeah. You've got mail messages from him.
Real old school vibes. It's Classic Soul Sundays, 10 a.m. on